joined today by a couple of very famous NFL players. We have Derek Kennard, who is a Cardinals lineman and also Super Bowl champion with the Cowboys. We tried to award him one more championship, but he wouldn't take it. He's a very humble man. And also Nick Lowry, who's a Hall of Fame nominee who played with the Kansas City Chiefs. 7-time All-Pro. So we appreciate you guys coming on the show. And they are here working with Dave Gergen, who is the majority producer of all of the dental equipment for sleep apnea outside of CPAPs. So these are there's some very good information that we have to share with you, so make sure you keep a pen and paper handy. In particular, let's get a website out there, for them again so that they know where to go. So if you go to ProPlayerHealthAlliance.com, correct?
No,
No?
ProPlayerSleep.
Oh, sorry, ProPlayerSleep.com.
The company's called Pro Player Health Alliance.
Okay, Pro Player Health Alliance is where you're getting not just Larry and Nick and Derek, but also you're able to find a lot of other NFL players that have had a similar experience, and you'll find that this is not just an endorsement that's fun for a celebrity to get involved with. This is a personal experience that they have to share. So we appreciate them coming on the show. Also, you can call and find out more information at 602-622-6669, 602-622-6669. And then on that, when you go to that website, you want to be able to either choose your best and favorite football player, and then from there they'll be able to refer you to a dentist who is going to give you a sleep test. Now, there's a difference between the sleep tests, as Derek was sharing with us earlier, in the way you get tested. So, Dave, could you share with us the much less invasive program that you can go through to get tested?
Yes. If you go to that website, you fill out the questionnaire.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to tell them if they can contact you. If you don't have it, you won't get a call back.
Right.
But if you come up like, oh, okay, I may be a candidate for sleep apnea, someone from Complete Sleep will reach out to you.
Mm-hmm.
Complete Sleep has reps around the country, fantastic reps, like Courtney Meyer in Denver, Angela Rojas in Phoenix, Skylar Faulkner, Katie Patton. There's quite a few reps with Complete Sleep. They'll reach out to you. They will send you a device to your house with easy instructions. There'll be a website that you can go to if you're having trouble putting it on. You sleep with a t-shirt, you clip it to your chest, and you go to sleep. You wake up in the morning and mail it back, and the company will reach back to you and say, you're good, or we need to get you treated.
And when you put that test on, do a comparison contrast. First of all, I think the first comparison contrast is if you're going to go for sleep tests, as Derek was sharing with us, that it's a terrible experience. So they're poking and prodding you all night. You can't get any good rest. But this one, the comparison contrast is you get to sleep in your own bed. So that's the first indication. But then what's it like from there? You just fall asleep and wake up the next morning?
Yeah, there's a second device. I should have mentioned it. It clips on the forehead. It's just a little headband. It sits on the forehead. It has a little pulse oximetry that goes to the finger. Okay. And you'll get one of those two devices. Those are the two that we work with. Okay. And you wake up in the morning, and it's just you take it off. You put it back in the box it came in. There's a mailing label. You stick it, and it's gone.
So much more simple.
It is much more simpler, but what happens is that device is very accurate. It indicated that I went to the bathroom twice. It indicated I stopped breathing for a minute and 32 seconds.
Wow.
And I know I can hold my breath for 28 seconds. My grandkids have timed me under the water in the pool, and that's
A minute longer than that.
consciously, that's what I can actually do underwater, but subconsciously, in my sleep, I was under for a long time, and that machine accurately was able to monitor that, and also said how many times I went to the restroom. I snuggled with Mama a few times. Hey, we're back at that again. I'm sorry.
Incorrigible.
They gotta reel me in, man. Reel me in.
This is the real Thanksgiving.
Now there's things to be thankful for.
I come with a warning label, bro.
He does.
It's all good.
He does.
But truthfully, you know, if you've been nervous about trying to get sleep tested, don't be nervous about this. This
It's
is really
so
simple.
easy, and I'm gonna, if it's okay, I'll kind of articulate on what Derek just said.
Sure.
Derek had an AHI of 72. That's how many apneic episodes he had in an hour's time.
Mhm.
72 times in an hour, he quit breathing for 10 seconds or more. 72 times. Many of those times were for over a minute. So do the math on that. How much oxygen was Derek getting? After getting treated for sleep, he now has 2 episodes per hour. So that's why his cells are burning, they're turning, he's feeling live.
Sounds like his cells are burning already.
Yeah.
New definition for that burning love.
Hey, I love this thing.
But also, there's another really legitimate reason for needing a lot of energy, and I need to share with you that these guys have really reached out and done a lot for the Pop Warner kids. You want to share a little bit about that?
Well, we, myself and Derek, I won the state championship. I was the football coach.
Uh-huh.
So we won the state championship. So
I think they created the TV series Friday Night Lights after Dave and his group there. But anyway, keep on going.
Yeah, I had a very successful team in Arizona. I was asked by, I can't remember, I think it was the NFL, to be part of this training program with former NFL players, and we were going to teach Pop Warner coaches to be better coaches. There's a lot of crazy Pop Warner coaches.
Yeah, there can be.
Yeah. So we were going to teach them good fundamentals, and I was going to be the coach to teach them the X and O's because of my past experience. Well, I met Derek there, and he was falling asleep in between station rotations. And he had dark circles under his eyes, really dark circles. You know,
Called raccoon eyes.
they're gone today. You'll see.
Yeah, you'll see on YouTube. Here, have the camera over on YouTube here.
You can see my eyes. They're not
Very
raccoon,
healthy.
baby.
Yeah, see, the significant other thinks he's amazing now.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So,
Oh boy.
I told him he was looking bad, and I said, Derek, either you've got severe sleep apnea or you've been out drinking until 5 in the morning. Because this was like 8 in the morning now, okay?
Uh-huh.
So, and he goes, bro, I can't sleep. And that's what started this whole Pro Player Health Alliance, is Derek Kennard.
Okay, that's how it all originated. That's great. So we have that story right in here. Go ahead.
Right. Well, leading into that, David and I met a few years later, and we kind of put it on the shelf, and we were still keeping in contact and talking about the sleep apnea. Then my brother passed away, and David just appeared in my life, and I said, man, I just lost my brother. He died in his sleep, and he died of a massive heart attack, and 6 months later, I lost a brother-in-law to sleep apnea, and they both died for the lack of oxygen, both to the brain and the heart, and they both succumbed to heart attacks. And my brother was about a $185, 6'4", and slender guy, and my brother-in-law was a $160, and he just couldn't sleep, and he was just had sleep apnea. And that's the thing. When when you stop breathing, you're taxing your heart and your organs over a period of time. And for a long time, my brother had not been able to sleep, and he's sleeping obstructed breathing, and of course, no oxygen to the heart. It's when you stop breathing, you're not getting any oxygen both to the brain or the heart. And like I said, I stopped breathing for a minute and 32 seconds. That's a long time to not have no oxygen to the heart. And just imagine how hard the heart is working.
That is a long time, and I don't want to minimize that at all. I will share with you. That's right. My kids.
I caught that.
Yeah, you did. My children and I, when we go through the tunnel downtown, if I start holding my breath, and do not try this at home. Do not try this in your car. I don't know how my kids talk me into this, but they have me hold my breath. beginning at that tunnel, and a minute and a half is all the way through that tunnel, all the way to 19th Avenue. So the point is, that's a long time, and I nearly killed myself and my family as a result.
Ooh.
So I no longer am going to be doing that. But the point is that that's just a long time, and it's like near pass out level. So, you know, brain cells, all kinds of things going. We have a few minutes left, but I also want to give Nick, you know, we shared a little bit about Derek's experience, but Nick, how did you get involved in this whole thing, and what made you decide one day, hey, I think this would be a good idea?
Well, I think if you're paying attention to yourself, you notice when you have rest and when you don't. And if you live an intense lifestyle where you're trying to do a lot of things, having a rest and feeling healthy, no matter how much you exercise, as you mentioned earlier, you've got to have that. And Mark Walczak was getting involved with that, and of course Derek, and then we didn't even mention Roy Green, who may well have had a couple heart attacks because of the same issue.
Nice.
And it just made sense to me. I'm really interested in kids' development and the relationship of the brain and brain health and taking in the world. And if your brain's always stressed all the time, I don't know about you, as a kicker in the NFL, you learn that stress is something you got to deal with, because life is like that, up and down as a kicker. And so I've always been sensitized to that, and I'm just so excited to have this, because you can take it with you on the road. You can actually speak with it. And Derek's got a device right now in his mouth, and we can understand him. And
It's true. He's done a great job.
and at night, you know, to have that, it just really makes a lot of sense. And I think that as we get older, we need to pay attention to those things. Those of us that played in the NFL, we're always looking for ways to get healthier and perform at a higher level. So I'm really excited about it, and I think literally we're saving lives.
I absolutely agree. So if you haven't recently looked at the deductible on your insurance plan, go out there and look at it. If it's $500, you know what, it is so worth the $500. And then go out there and get all of your other everything. You know, max out your deductible on this, and then go out and do the other stuff between now and December. If you've already maxed out your deductible, you know what, it's all but free. You might as well just go there and improve your life.
Well, and it is free if you have Medicare, because
Okay.
yeah, Medicare will be absolutely covered. It's covered under Medicare.
Especially if you're on Medicare and you have some heart issues, you know, you're in an at-risk state. You might as well go out there and secure yourself a much better sleep pattern, because when you have heart problems and you put yourself on the edge every night, literally, why torture yourself?
We want to make sure that everybody hears again, if you just joined the conversation, December 5th, 7 p.m. at the Uniondale Marriott, right near the Islanders Arena. I've stayed there. And when I played for the Jets, New York Jets, Long Island, during the football season, my friends, come out. Come out.
Get out the car!
Boomer. Boomer's going to be there. O.J. Anderson, Bart Oates from the Giants. My favorite memory, by the way, Derek, is first day of 1994 training camp. I'm driving on the Hempstead Turnpike. First car I see, bumper sticker on the back. My kid can beat up your honor roll kid. Your honor roll student. Welcome to New York. New York.
That's great. Yes, definitely get out there and have a good time. What better holiday season than go out there and help people and have a good cause and a good time.
Yep. Thank you.
You're very welcome. So it looks like we have about 4 minutes until the end. Dave, is there anything we didn't cover that you would like us to cover?
Well, you know, I think we need to maybe mention Courtney Meyer. I mentioned her earlier.
Mm-hmm.
She inspired me to get going with this program on Valentine's Day 5 years ago. I went to train her office for dental sleep medicine, and she called me on the phone later and she said, Dave, why don't we do this and go around the country and train dentists?
Right.
And that started this whole thing in my life moving forward, was the relationship that I had with her going to these different offices around the country. And these dentists today are saving lives. And Courtney is now a big part of Complete Sleep. And she's the rep out of Denver. And she'll be traveling the country, training more dentists. I'll be popping in and helping her along the way.
Absolutely, that's great. In my other show, we talk a lot about professional networking. I actually did reach out to the Arizona Dental Association and asked if I could make an introduction. So I'll do that for you. They're excited to hear from you. So.
Excellent.
All right, that sounds good.
What's the name of your other show, sir?
Social Universe is the other show.
Okay.
And we
Gee
have-
whiz, Batman, you're all over the place. How many guys in the room, dude?
DK.
Turn the lights back on.
No, we've really had a good time having you guys on the show.
Absolutely.
It's been an excellent experience, and we'd love you have anytime you have other things to talk about. Give us a call. We'd love to have you come on, especially if they're health related. But if they're social related, we'll throw you on the other show.
All right.
We'll have a good
We can
time.
do that too.
All right, that
Absolutely.
sounds good.
And again, the website is proplayersleep.com.
ProPlayerSleep.com, or you can call 602-622-6669, 602-622-6669. Don't wait. Change your life now, and this could be the best Christmas present that your wife could give you, or you could give your wife. So make sure that you tune in to our YouTube show. If you missed any of this, you can listen to us in archive, or you can actually go to YouTube channel, type in Ageless Living. You're going to get tons of videos, but none of them are going to be as exciting as this show. Yes,
I just
one
want to
last
say
thing.
also, Derek's been part of this. We do have the Champions for the Homeless every Thanksgiving, Christmas, and Easter, and we get about 20 NFL players. The guys come in, nobody's paid. They're paid just by loving up on 1,000 people that have been homeless now for, anywhere from a month to, 20 years. And it's been a blessing for me, and the guys all say that their kids get so much out of it that they're the ones that say, Dad, I want to come back, because they get to look at homeless people as real human beings, and they get to feel like the notion of gratitude is real on Thanksgiving.
Take life for granted, man. These people, they've had jobs and careers and lives, and now they've fallen on hardships, and now they're homeless, and your kids get to see that, hey, you can, it could be you, so.
Absolutely.
And Kurt,
See how
speaking of
these-
wellness, sorry to interrupt, Derek. Speaking of wellness, the pattern is, first of all, the people that have mental issues is much less than people think. It's significant, and usually it's two things happen: lost a job, and then had a severe medical emergency they couldn't afford. The two together put them in a cycle they couldn't get out of. And so that's where really this is also about health, So whether it's Obamacare, whatever it is, having compassion for people where these things are real life things they really couldn't predict. That's what we're about. Is I think when you give honor to people that during a tough time in their lives, it comes back full circle.
Absolutely. Is there a website they might be able to go to sign up, volunteer, things of that
Well,
nature?
St. Vincent de Paul's, call and ask for Jerry Castro at St. Vincent de Paul's at 10th Avenue, 1075 Jackson in downtown Phoenix, just
I've
a
been
few
by
minutes
there.
from the US Air Arena. And they need that every day. We focus on Christmas, Easter, and Thanksgiving.
Perfect.
Thank you.
All right, wonderful. And again, we want to thank Derek Kennard, who's a Cardinals lineman and a Super Bowl champion with the Cowboys, even though we will forgive him for that and not giving it to the Cardinals. Almost did, though. And then Nick Lowry, who is a 7-time All-Pro Hall of Fame nominee, and also played with the Kansas City Chiefs. And then David Gergen, who, as long as we're giving a football lineup, he actually took state championship with his high school team, which is great. And but all in all, these are all fun and wonderful things. But the way they improve people's lives through the sleep apnea program with Pro Player Health Alliance, I just can't say enough about them. Go change your life. And thanks again, Dave, for bringing yourself and the team here today.
Thank you.
You bet. And again, thanks to all of our listeners. We couldn't do it without you either. This is Kurt Wilhelm, the host of Ageless Living here on World Talk Radio and Voice America. We'll see you all next time.